Hi guys, Garth here from DCS Hacks. Today we're covering push time. I'm just going to take a minute to put in the radio frequency for the aircraft carrier for case 3 approach.
Marshall 012, marking MOPS 255, 430, Angels 6, state 6.5.
012, Rough Rider Marshall, case 3 recovery, CD1 approach, expect final bearing 65, altimeter is 2835, 012, Marshall Motors 245, radio 21, DME Angels 6, expected approach time is 28.
012, Marshall on the 245, 21, DME Angels 6, expected approach time is 28.
012, brief back correct.
Always a good idea to have a piece of paper handy to write this kind of stuff down. So the takeaway from what's just been said is the radial is 245, but the radial that we'll put into the HSI is going to be the reciprocal, therefore 065. So we're going to be 21 DME or miles from the carrier at 6,000 feet on a 065 radial there. So we're just going to settle down and start working towards those numbers. About 38 miles and about to intercept the radial. On this approach I'm also going to use the automatic carrier landing system because I haven't done it in a while and it's good to keep current in these sort of things. Whilst in the hold I'm also using the auto throttle facility at 310 knots and using the barrel altimeter hold at 6,000 just to reduce pilot workload. There we have it, established on the 065 radial, and I'm just going to check in with carrier, let them know we're established.
012, established Angels 6, state 6.3.
012, Roger state 63.
So here's the thing, we're supposed to be at 21 at 6 at push time to 8. But what we're going to try and do is buy ourselves a little bit of time by flying the 065 radial at 6,000 feet until we get to 26 miles. Here we're just going to fly around, depending on how much time we've got left, doing 45-degree turns, or if we're really close, within a minute say, really tight turns directly over the 26 DME marker. So you're probably wondering why I want to be at 26 DME instead of 21 DME. Well, here's the reason. We want to arrive at the 26 DME marker 1 minute early from our push time, and if we're doing 300 knots it's roughly 5 miles a minute, so I want to be directly on top of that 26 mile marker with a minute to go doing 300 knots, and in theory if everything goes to plan I should hit my push time plus or minus 10 seconds, which is acceptable I think. So here we are, we just passed the 26 mile marker and I'm starting a steady 45-degree turn, orbiting around, just keeping an eye on the time, seeing how much time we've got left. Just going to speed things up a little bit. Back on the radial, looking for the 26. Just hit 26 DME. The time is 25 and 30 seconds, so I've got a minute and a half to waste before I need to be at 26 and on the radial. So I'm going to pull some G, do some tight turns, keep an eye on it. Waiting until I've got about 30 seconds before I need to be on the 26. So pulling some extra G now. 26 miles at 27 minutes. And starting to get back on the radial. Looking for that 21 DME at 6,000 feet. A push time 28 minutes. Let's see how we do. Going to slow things down back to normal speed now. 21 DME at push time 28. Commencing.
012. Commencing. State 5.4. Altimeter 28.35.
Starting the descent.
012. Radar contact. 20 miles. Expect final bearing 65. 012. Switch approach.
012.
Checking in.
012. Checking in. 19 miles.
Altitude. Altitude.
012. Approach. Final bearing 6 knots. 012. Platform. 012. Roger.
Platform means that we're below 5,000 feet and the radar altimeter becomes active with an R next to the altitude on the HUD. You probably noticed that we keep getting the word data popping up on the heads up display. This lets us know that the ACLS is working and communicating with the jet before we couple up and let the aircraft fly itself down to the deck of the ship. Taking out the auto throttle so we can slow things down a bit. Speed brake going on. So we're coming up to 12 miles now, and if you remember from my last video titled Straight In Approach, we really want to do ourselves a favour and be at 1200 feet at 3 miles. Let's make those numbers happen.
Fly bullseye. 012.
At 10 miles, let's dirty the jet up, i.e. getting into landing configuration and putting down the landing gear and flaps. So looking a little bit low, so going to apply a bit of power to get back up to 1200. The weather's atrocious here, a lot of cloud, definitely IMC, and we're just trying to get ourselves at 1200 feet and 3 miles. So the ILS is activated, and we know the radial that we need to be flying is 065. So if it's not centered or to the right, we'll need to fly a course of 075 until it becomes centered again. I hope that makes sense.
012. Final radar contact 8 miles. 012.
Data flashing in the HUD means that we're getting more data from the ship. 7 miles, 1200 feet. Looking good. The ILS vertical bars going a little bit to the left. In order to get it centered again, I'm going to hit 055 on the heading bug and then hit 065 once it's centered. So now we're on speed at 1200 feet, time to switch on the auto throttle.
012, up and on.
So we've just had the ACLS lock-on notification, so when we're ready we can couple up and let the aircraft land itself. You'll notice in the hood we now have a tadpole, so if we want to fly a manual pass we simply place the velocity vector in the middle of the tadpole. Just taking my time to line up the ILS crosshairs.
Approaching glide path. 012.
Coming up to 3 miles at 1200 feet. As soon as the ILS crosshairs are on and on, or forming a perfect cross, I'll switch on the autopilot and couple up. This is confirmed on the hood with couple PR or couple pitch and roll, and also the auto throttle. From here on in, it's hands off the controls. From here till touchdown, the approach will be flown entirely by the systems on board the aircraft. Just sit back and enjoy the view. Quick landing check. 1, 2, 3 down unlocked. Flaps full, hook down. Anti-skid switch off for carry operations. Harnesses secure and dispenser switches are off.
On bypass. On course. 3/4 of a mile. Call. 012. Port ball. 4.7. On glide slope.
Full power just before touchdown. And then the power off. Going to raise the hook, fold the wings, and use the pinky switch for high gain steering to taxi clear of the LA. Just going to taxi to the edge of the ship. Take a gentle right. So on my way to park it up for today's sortie. I hope you guys have found something useful in today's hack. Not for the faint-hearted, I'll grant you, but maybe somebody somewhere will find some use in it. You guys have a great day. See you on the other side, and take care. Bye bye.